Hi, welcome. My name is Alicia, and thank you so much for being a part of this masterclass and my Facebook group, Energy Healing for Stress, Anxiety, and Trauma. And I just want to welcome you again. Thank you for sharing time and space with me. I'm so grateful that you can be here, and I'm so grateful that I can share this free training with you. Firstly, to thank you so much for being a part of this community that I'm creating. And secondly, because I want to empower you to create real transformation in your life. We have so much more power than most of us ever have the opportunity to step into in this life. And it's my mission to make sure that people have the information and the tools that they need to inspire change in their life, to empower action takers, so that you can stop living a life on autopilot and start living one that is aligned to your most abundant and prosperous self. So to make sure that you're in the right place, this masterclass is for anyone that suffers from stress, anxiety, or has had emotional trauma throughout their life. And they're just ready. They're ready to stop suffering. They're ready to invest their time and energy and their resources on their healing so that they can step into their gifts and manifest a life that they love. Now, this video is not live. It is pre-recorded. But just because it's not live does not mean that I want it to go in one ear and out the other. I want to keep you engaged, okay? So I'm going to be asking you to do two things for me during each of these 3 days. One is I want you to leave comments throughout, okay? This lets me know that you're here and that your brain is staying engaged with the material. And two is I want you to take action. So at the end of each video, I'm going to have an activity and some homework for you to finish. And mostly it's going to be a reflection piece, okay? So I'm going to ask you to come back into the group and to share with us the action that you took. Because in order to create change in your life, you have to create new thought action loops, okay? Here's that. Think, feel, do. These are those thought loops that can either support or sabotage your subconscious programming, thus supporting or sabotaging what you're manifesting into your life. But you need all three, okay? We need thought, we need feeling, and we need doing. And because I care so much about your transformation, I have another little announcement. If you attend all 3 days of this masterclass and you comment and you complete the homework assignments, I'm going to enter you to win some really cool prizes. So one, I'm going to be giving away 3 free coaching calls with me. And this is more than just the regular discovery calls that I do with anyone who's interested in working with me. This call is up to a 60-minute chat with me where we get to talk about your story and what's going on in your life, and to really look at your goals, define your goals, and allow me to help you get one step closer to that. The second prize I'm really excited about is I'm going to be giving away one person only, 1 full week to my Rewire and Manifest program, which is my signature program that's literally taken me a lifetime of experience to create. But the week that I'm giving away is freaking epic, okay? It's when we're learning how to heal and energize the inner child so that you can rewire from a victim mindset to one of an empowered soul. So don't forget to comment and stay engaged and complete the homework, because your comments throughout these next 3 days is how I'm going to be able to enter you to win the prizes. So light a candle, pour yourself a tall glass of water or whatever beverage you prefer, and grab a journal and a pen, a notebook if you have one, and let's get started. Okay, so today's lesson is all about becoming awake to the power of your own emotional energy and your subconscious mind. But before I jump in to this course material today, I want you to know why the hell you should listen to me. Because by sharing with you my own spiritual awakening, you are going to be able to know exactly why you should stay and listen to what I have to say, okay? So my journey started when really I started feeling a lot of stress throughout my whole life, but I had a really high demanding job. I felt overworked, underpaid, exhausted all the time, and really just couldn't handle the fact that this was life. You know, you had to spend 70% of your life just working until that 2 week vacation came, right? I would find myself starting to lose sleep almost every night because my job was just so high demand. I was stuck in these thought loops, replaying the day and worrying about the future. And the lack of sleep was creating even more stress and anxiety in my life. It was affecting my jobs, my relationships. I was getting panic attacks. Like I would literally have panic attacks to the point where I would hyperventilate and black out. It was super scary. So when I went to the doctor and told them about my anxiousness and my stress, he prescribed me some Zoloft. Then I took it for about a year, and I didn't have a panic attack that year, but I felt emotionally and mentally numb, like I wasn't myself. And this drug literally changes the way that your neurotransmitters are communicating, and it just freaked me out. I also couldn't have an orgasm, which anymore, which that is just not good for anybody, okay? So fast forward a year, I found out I was pregnant. So I weaned myself off of it. The doctor suggested a couple months. I think I did a little shorter because I was super concerned about affecting the development of my baby. So during this time, I was experiencing some crazy withdrawal symptoms. Oh my gosh. I actually got into an accident during this time. I ran straight into a stopped car at a stoplight. Not proud about that. So anyways, I got off of the medication. Fast forward a couple months, I did get some bad news. My baby wasn't developing correctly. Her tummy cavity never formed and her organs were just on the outside of her body. So all of my blood tests were normal. This seemed to be explained to me as this just extraordinary anomaly, okay? It was like a lightning strike chance, the doctor said. So I lost her in about the 4th month. And I vowed that I was never going to take those medications again. So after that, I did have a couple of miscarriages, and some were earlier than others, some were later than others, but all my blood tests always come back perfectly normal. So then on my 4th pregnancy, I got pregnant with twins, which was so amazing. Twins did not run in our families, and after experiencing the losses that we did, it was just such a gift. And so my husband and I wanted so much to be parents. We were so excited and terrified by the news, but we took a bunch more tests and everything looked good and the babies were growing. We picked out the names. We even had a gender reveal party in the 5th month. And man, I was meditating every day and I was resting. I just wanted to keep my energy full of gratitude and love. I wanted to do everything in my power to not let anything I was going through affect what was going on with my pregnancy. But unfortunately, after our gender reveal party, we learned that one of our twins stopped growing and ended up dying in my womb. And shortly after her death, the other twin also stopped growing and died. And I carried both of them till about the end of my 6th month. And their names, because I have to share it, because I love them, was Patience, Jane, and Vera June. Now, this kind of grief is really hard to explain unless you've gone through it before. Okay, I took my full 8 weeks off of work to mourn and to physically, emotionally, and spiritually rest. So eventually I did return to work, and my boss unfortunately put me through a lot of unneeded stress right when I got back, and it totally ended up manifesting into my back. I have these back problems already. And boom, I fell down, I re-injured my back, and I was out of work on short-term disability for about a month while I healed. And during this time, when I was at this lowest of lows, I had just gone through this very traumatic event, and now I couldn't care for myself, which makes you feel so depressed and hopeless. And then I open this email, and I see that my boss decided to separate my employment after 15 years. I could not believe what I was hearing. And he did it through email. Anyways, shortly after my dog died, and then my grandpa died, like within a week of each other. And I was like, really? Like, universe, why are you dumping on me? I was at this low and I was suffering. I realized now, from a very bad victim mindset. I was depressed, I was angry, and I knew I had to do something different or I was going to sink. So just as mysterious and serendipitous as the universe works, later that day I came across a masterclass in a group I was in, much like the group that you're in now. And in this class, this coach talked about healing the mind and body through mindfulness. And she ended up offering a course, and I knew this was the universe sending me a message. So I took a chance and I enrolled in it. And I studied mindfulness and meditation and connecting to my breath. I had this beautiful shift in consciousness. It was like becoming awakened to my inner self. And I started understanding that there was no out there, only in here. And it was my own thoughts and feelings and traumas that kept me in survival mode instead of being empowered. And so after feeling the subtle changes of mindfulness, I actually earned my level 4 mindfulness practitioner certification. And down the rabbit hole I went. I literally could not get enough. I studied about every ancient healing technique I could get my hands on. I studied Reiki, the ancient Hawaiian practice of Ho'oponopono, which I actually have certifications in both. And then I moved to chakra healing and sound healing and how to manifest by raising my vibration and aligning myself with that, what I wanted. And I loved what a huge difference this was making in my life. But I still found myself having those negative thought loops. My trauma was still surfacing. And so I shifted gears and I started studying trauma-informed care and subconscious reprogramming. And it wasn't until I combined neuroscience with the ancient healing wisdom that's been practiced by healers for thousands of years that I really create the substantial change in my life. Not only was I able to heal myself, but my practice naturally raised my vibration, and it helped me to manifest on a much more intentional level than ever before. And so I reached this level of consciousness, and I started realizing how many people around me were suffering, and that I could help them. So I started studying to become a master mindset coach, and here I am. So thank you for hearing my story. I know it was long, but thank you so much for sharing that time and energy with me, and I hope I get to hear yours soon. I am so grateful for this time that we have together. It's time to jump in to the coursework, okay? So if you're still with me and you're ready to jump into the class content, I want you to comment ready in the comments and leave me your favorite emoji. All right, let's do a quick stretch. Take a deep breath. Breathing is so good for you. All right, let's jump into this masterclass. As Einstein proved, energy is the building blocks of all matter in existence. And just as the law of vibration beautifully illustrates for us, every single thing in this world is composed of molecules vibrating at different rates. So sound, light, and matter all carry different energetic vibrations depending on the density and its makeup. And it's this source energy that moves through everything in the universe, including consciousness itself. This cosmic energy is magnetic, and it cannot be created or destroyed. Rather, it can only transmute from one form to another. It flows through animals and plants and water and crystals and anything that comes from nature. The earth, the sun, the stars, the universe, all of this energy is in a constant state of movement. And just like everything in the universe, you too are a vibration. And the frequency at which you vibrate at is dependent on your emotional state of being. Okay? So when you're feeling love and joy and appreciation, you are vibrating at a high frequency, ultimately attracting more of that same energy to your life. But when you are in a state of anger or jealousy or resentfulness or feeling guilty, you will actually attract more of that frequency into your life. This is known as the law of attraction. I'm sure you're familiar with it. And it tells us basically that like attracts like, and that all frequencies in the universe are in a constant state of motion, and so they are always naturally attracted to the energies of a like frequency. So by focusing on positive or negative thoughts or experiencing a positive or negative emotion, a person brings either a positive or negative experience to their life. So in other words, your frequency that is created by your thoughts and feelings manifests more of that frequency into your life. So if we choose to focus on the past, your past will always become your future. It's just like the famous Tony Robbins says, where your focus goes, energy flows. And if your focus is on suffering instead of healing, you will continue to suffer. But if you open your heart to love and gratitude and forgiveness, you can't help but attract those same energies into your life. And then this becomes your new reality, because when you vibrate with love and gratitude and forgiveness, there simply is no room for suffering. So, next time that you have those feelings, it's important that you remember that you are only attracting more of that energy into your life. Think about it. Have you ever yelled at someone and been greeted back by loving energy? Probably not. It just bred more anger and more yelling. And this is the law of attraction in motion, which is actually only one of 12 spiritual laws that exist. And all of them I incorporate inside of my Rewire and Manifest program. Because without learning how this energy moves through you and through the universe, you will never be able to become a true master of your energy and a co-creator of your reality. And besides healing and stepping into your light, let me tell you why this is so important, because everything you see in your life is a manifestation. You don't have to do anything to manifest. Like, it's happening whether you're aware of it or not. You have been manifesting since the day you were born. You begin to manifest from the moment that you wake up in the morning. You're setting the law of attraction into motion first with your thoughts, then your feelings, then your actions. Your energy is like a radio broadcast. In order to open ourselves up to receive, we need to only change the channel and live in that channel as much as possible. This is the personal power that you have. You can create thought and emotion by design and learn how to co-create with the universe. Now, I go through much more detail about this inside of my Rewire and Manifest program, because it is not about just not paying attention to the shitty stuff, because the shitty stuff's going to go there. It's about being intentional. It's about experiencing abundance and love and joy on every level, because this is your birthright. I want to practice raising your vibration right now, okay? So I want you to close your eyes if it's safe to do so, and I want you to think about someone you love very, very much. Just hold that person inside of your mind and inside of your heart right now. Think about why you love that person so much. How do they make you feel when you're around them? Allow a memory of them to enter your mind now, one that reminds you of one of the happiest times you ever shared together. Let that energy fill you up. Let this loving energy fill up every cell inside of your body. Warm your soul with warm, loving energy. Notice the color of this loving energy and see how it moves through your body. See how it feels every inch of you with loving light. This light is so abundant within you, it begins to spill over, filling the room that you're in. Now I want you to smile and give permission to release that energy out to the universe. Okay, you can open your eyes and come back into your body. Do you feel that? As you merely think about your love for this person, you are aligning to the frequency of love. You just raised your vibration. Congratulations. Loving energy is at the foundation of raising your vibration, and you must have unconditional love in your heart, not just for others, but for yourself, in order to truly align yourself with this soul version of you, the life that you were destined to live. Woohoo! Okay, so let's recap what we've explored so far. We now understand that everything is energy. Energy is everything. And your vibration depends on your mental and emotional state of being. And you also learned that you are a master manifester. You've been doing it since the moment you were born, and you do it from the moment that you wake up every day. And you can intentionally manifest energy whenever you choose. Woohoo! Okay, so if you're still with me, I want you to comment, I am energy, in the comments. And let's move on to the second half of this video lesson. Welcome back. So now that we've learned about our manifesting energy, it's time to explore our consciousness. So take a drink of water, give your shoulders a couple of rolls, and then you can even put your hands in the Captain Morgan stance, like I call it, which is actually known to reduce stress and increase energy. The pose, not the drink. And as you continue to make this positive shift in consciousness and heal your energy from the inside out, we are going to start talking about consciousness. So we are all beings of consciousness. And within our consciousness, we find all information and awareness that gives us a sense of self. It's our thoughts, our memories and belief systems, and our ability to experience the world through our five senses. Consciousness is being alive. It's the tune that's stuck in your head and the craving of chocolate and then the taste of that chocolate hitting your taste buds. It's the throbbing pain of a toothache or the fierce love for your child. But there is so much more to consciousness than what's in our experience to access. So remember this old model showing the three parts of your consciousness. This is your consciousness, your subconscious, and your unconscious mind. And like Sigmund Freud, I like to visualize these three areas of consciousness with an iceberg. And your perspective view is floating in a boat nearby. Your conscious mind or awake mind is at the very top of the iceberg, what you can see above the water. And this is where you experience life. You interact with the world around you through your five senses. right? You hear and smell and taste and touch and see the world around you. Your unconscious mind is the rest of the iceberg that is underwater, and it is vast. It is the part that you cannot see or access from your boat, and it's 1,000 times larger and deeper than that small bit of iceberg we can see on the surface. Your unconscious mind is a recording of every thought and feeling and experience that you've ever had. It's your memory bank. And it's named unconscious because you aren't consciously aware of it or have access to every single memory you've ever had, right? It's just too much for the conscious mind to handle. So there's a third part of consciousness, and this is the middle ground to your iceberg. It's the area right along the waterline where the water ebbs and flows, creating an area that is partially above water and partially below water. And for this reason, you can sometimes access this information from your boat. This area is called your subconscious, and this is where all of the magic happens, because your subconscious mind is a bridge in between the conscious and the unconscious. And it's constantly taking in new information. You instantly log whether something is happy or sad, or whether it tastes good or bad, or it's joyful or it's painful. It's always listening, and it's always waiting for information to come in through your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's mapping mental pathways that create the programs that run your habitual mind. And when you were born, your subconscious mind was totally blank. Scientists now understand that at 7 years and younger, we have very slow brain waves because the brain isn't using those subconscious programs, it's creating them. So all experiences that you have during this time, the things people said to you, did to you, what you witnessed at home with parents and siblings and family, at school with teachers and peers, all of this before the age of 7 got wired straight into your subconscious automatically. Think about it. When you were a child, we really didn't have the capabilities to reject ideas. And so if someone told you something over and over again, or you had a terrible experience of being forced to eat green beans from a can like I did, these connections stay with you. And the more you focus on or support this idea, the stronger the pathway gets in the mind. Think of these neural pathways as a literal path that you're walking. The more that you walk on the path, the more defined the pathway gets, which encourages you to take the path again and again in the future. These are the pathways that create your subconscious programs, those same ones that we operate on autopilot. And we have these programs so that our conscious mind doesn't have to work so hard. So they are important. But what happens is when we experience emotional stress and trauma and grief and loss and any other unprocessed emotions that are stuck in your body, these become the dominant programs that are shaping your subconscious mind. And we wonder why the world is suffering, right? We are stuck on autopilot, living by old programs that are working against us. And this is a terrible loop to be stuck in, because where our focus goes, our energy flows. And it's the strongest emotional memories that create the strongest impact in your mind. So while the good memories are beautiful and contributing too, it's the stress and trauma that's dominating our thoughts and energy that are creating these subconscious programmings. And so it's not only the vibration of our emotional being that is manifesting your reality, it is also created by the literal memories and belief systems that you have been creating and strengthening since the day you were born. And the good news is that every single day we have new opportunities to either strengthen or weaken these patterns. You are literally strengthening or weakening your belief systems every single day, depending on what you're thinking and feeling and doing, right? What you're exposed to. This is happening through reinforcement and conditioning. Think about when you're a baby and you're crying because you're hungry, and so your mom fed you. We learn to cry when we're hungry. And that neural pathway in the brain is created and strengthened over time. Just the same as when a 3-year-old touches a hot stove and learns that it's hot. This pathway in the brain that controls this behavior is now weakened. So every thought, feeling, and experience you have will either strengthen or weaken the neural pathways that already exist in your brain. Now, it's said to only take 30 seconds of focused thought to create a new pathway. But it can take hours of intentional thought, feeling, and behavior to strengthen that pathway. Here's that thought loop again, right? We think, we feel, and then we act. And this is how we intentionally reprogram the brain and shift off of autopilot so that we can live a life of intentionality. And this is where mindfulness played such a big role in my life, because in order to change your subconscious belief systems, we first have to be aware of them. And this is a blind spot because it's hard to identify things that we're not really aware of. And that is where our chakra system comes into play, because your chakra system is your storybook to your experiences. Because all possible states of awareness exist in your 7 chakras. Each of your chakra correlates to an element, a color, and an archetype that was developed during a specific time in your life. So it's very easy to discover limiting beliefs and old programs that need to be updated by studying the chakra system. And this is what makes the chakra system a powerful template for identifying our limiting beliefs within the subconscious mind, so that we can ultimately rewire and manifest a new reality. Now, if you don't know about chakras, don't worry. The next 2 days of this masterclass is going to be dedicated to exploring this system that exists within your body, how it works, and help you reveal the shadow and the light of each of these energy centers as it relates to your journey to awake and rewire. So for today's homework assignment, I want you to reflect on why you're here today and how your life can be different now that you're going to learn how to awaken to your power, heal from your trauma, and manifest a soul-aligned life. So to lead you through this activity, I have another quick meditation that's going to support you as you head into the homework assignment. So get comfortable. You can do this meditation from either a sitting or a laying down position. And just take some time now to settle into your space. And I want you to go ahead and bring awareness to your breath. Breathe deeply in and out. And if you haven't already, closed your eyes and deepen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. Take 5 breaths like this now. And as you breathe, imagine a white veil of protecting energy that's surrounding your body in this safe and warm embrace. Now take another breath here, and at the top, hold your breath for as long as you're comfortable. Good. You're feeling relaxed now as you continue to breathe, and you give yourself permission to have an experience today and allow communication with your higher self. Now, I want you to imagine your happy place, a breathtaking place of beauty where you feel safe, happy, and full of love. It could be a beach, a meadow, a beautiful enchanted forest, your backyard. Visualize this place and go there now. And as you enter this place, notice what's around you. Do you feel sunshine on your face or a certain texture under your toes? Do you notice any smells or sounds in your environment? As you walk through this beautiful place, notice the vibrant colors and sensations around you. Now, look far into the distance and notice a person waving back at you. They're waving at you, telling you to come towards them. And you notice a trail that's leading towards where they are, so you begin to walk the trail. And as you do, the person on the other end gets closer and closer. And as you reach the end of the trail, you see yourself waiting for you. But this version of yourself is different. They seem stronger, more confident, because this version of you is the future you. And not only has this future self changed their energy and mindset around stress and anxiety, they seem so powered and full of light, living an aligned life. You can see their aura shine bright. As you approach this version of you, it's clear that they have done the inner work needed to rewrite their subconscious mind. They have overcome their trauma, and now they manifest a life they love with ease. A life filled with purpose and beauty. You are now close enough to speak to your future self, and they say it's been 3 years since this present moment, and they are here to tell you not only how they got here, but how amazingly your life has changed. Spend time having this conversation with them now. It's time for you to go now, you hear a voice say, and you tell your future self goodbye. And she reminds you that this is not that last time that you're going to see me, as you will become me in a short while. You turn around and walk the path back to your happy place. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. And I hope that you allowed yourself to have an experience with me today. And if this was hard, don't worry. This is something that takes time and practice, this visualization and meditation. And it's something that I focus a lot on in my Rewire and Manifest program. So I hope that you were able to have a beautiful experience with this short meditation. And don't forget to complete the homework. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a great day.